Have you ever wondered if the greatest danger facing the world today is not war, disaster, or economic collapse, but something far deeper, a crisis of the soul? For many years, Father Zlatko Sudac, a Croatian priest known throughout the world for his retreats, preaching, and reported mystical experiences, has urged people to look beyond the troubles of the world and examine the condition of their own hearts. Often compared by admirers to Padre Pio, Father Sudac has spoken about a growing spiritual darkness spreading throughout society, warning that many people are losing their sense of sin and drifting away from God. One of his most striking warnings was this: "Today we live in very dangerous times in which almost nothing is allowed to be called sin. Today nothing is sin because everything is permitted by the laws of man. Sin is present, it exists, and it is the cause of all evil in this world." Yet his message has never been one of despair. Rather, it is a call to conversion. He teaches that the answer to the world's problems is not fear or endless speculation about the future, but a sincere return to prayer, confession, the Holy Eucharist, and a deeper relationship with Jesus. The story of Father Zlatko Sudac begins on January 24, 1971, on the island of Krk in Croatia. Raised in a faithful Catholic family, he grew up surrounded by the traditions of the church and the simple life on an island community. From an early age, the seeds of faith were planted in his heart, nurtured especially by his mother, whose love for God would have a lasting influence on his future vocation. Before entering the seminary, he completed his military service as was required of young men at the time. Although his path to the priesthood was not immediate, God was quietly preparing him for a mission that would eventually touch countless lives. A major turning point came in his early 20s when he attended a retreat led by the missionary priest Father Emiliano Tardif. Through prayer and reflection, Father Zlatko experienced a profound spiritual awakening that led him to embrace God's call more fully and pursue the priesthood. On January 29, 1998, he was ordained a priest for the Diocese of Krk. His first assignment was on the nearby island of Park, where he devoted himself to the ordinary work of a parish priest. He celebrated Mass, heard confessions, visited the faithful, and preached simple but powerful messages centered on repentance, faith, and the love of Christ. Less than a year after his ordination, an extraordinary event brought widespread attention to the young priest. In May of 1999, a cross-shaped mark appeared on his forehead. His bishop immediately arranged for a thorough medical investigation at Rome's Gemelli Clinic. After an extensive testing by specialists, doctors concluded that Father Sudac was mentally healthy and that no known medical explanation could account for the appearance of the mark. The attention surrounding him increased further on October 4, 2000, the feast of St. Francis of Assisi, when he reportedly received additional stigmata corresponding to the wounds of Christ's Passion. These events attracted pilgrims, journalists, and researchers from around the world, making him one of the most widely known contemporary Catholic mystics. Following his return from Rome, Father Sudac was appointed spiritual director of the Bethany Retreat House on the island of Lochin. There he dedicated himself to leading retreats, guiding souls, and helping people encounter the mercy of God. His retreats drew participants from many countries, all seeking spiritual renewal and a deeper understanding of their faith. Over the years, he also traveled internationally, including visits to the United States, where he preached to large crowds and led missions focused on conversion and healing. His ministry reached people from every walk of life, always pointing them back to Christ and the sacraments. Today, Father Zlatko continues his work in Croatia and beyond, leading retreats, preaching parish missions, and encouraging people to live their Catholic faith more fully. Beyond his preaching, he is also a gifted artist whose paintings, sculptures, and stained glass works and other creations reflect his desire to share the gospel through beauty. Whether speaking about the spiritual dangers of our time or inviting souls to return to God, the purpose of his ministry remains the same. Through every sermon, retreat, and work of art, Father Zlatko Sudac seeks to lead people closer to Jesus, reminding them that true peace is found not in the ways of the world, but in a life rooted in faith, prayer, and the saving love of God.